I can't get this light to work when I like pivot it. That's what I get for buying cheap lights. What up? Okay. Hi, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah, if you don't know me, and if you do, I'm sorry. Today, I'm just gonna yell the whole time. Reptar, hey, listen, come here. So we're gonna be talking about why I left my job. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a backstory, and then over the last 4 or 5 months of me being there, it kind of went to complete and utter shit. So, I hope you got comfortable. I hope you've got a good drink, maybe some snacks. Get your tea ready because I'm about to dish it all out. And here we go. This job. Before I get too far, I am gonna stress to you, and I'm probably going to continue stressing to you the entire time, that I loved this job. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. I love my customers, I love my boss, I loved my coworkers, I love, well, most of them. I loved the environment. I loved that it was so relaxed and so chill, and I liked that I got to design stuff all the time, and I got to create new things, and I got to be creative, and I loved this job. God, I loved this job. Okay, so I started like mid-January last year, and I loved it. I immediately fell in love with it. I sewed a lot when I was younger. I used to make my American Girl doll clothes, and I would like design some clothes for me and like change and alter my shorts and things like that. I'm really into design, so I really liked doing things like that. So this job was giving me the platform to be able to do that on and share it with other people who also loved it. Wow, Reptar. I had to wreck her life, I'm sorry. But I liked creating and designing, and this job gave me the ability to do all those things for other people, which I also super loved. It was one of my favorite parts of the job. I liked people coming in and being like, hey, this is what I want. Can you do something like that? And then I go to my computer and I type up a bunch of stuff and I get it all designed real quick, as quick as I could. And then we would make it, and it would be so much fun, and they'd be like, wow, now I have a new design for my company, or for my new group, or for myself. Or I had a guy come in who wanted me to design some merch for his YouTube channel, and so I did that, and he bought a bunch of them and sold them, and it was just really cool. I really loved it, and I got all kinds of different people in there, like local musicians and stuff, like that kind of rapper. I did, this guy came in, I loved him dearly. I love you dearly if you're watching this. He came in and he brought me a picture of like a logo that was on his dad's wallet, and his dad had recently passed away, and he wanted me to recreate the logo to put it on something for him. So we did all that, and he was so good to me, and I love him. I just love you. And just little things like that. I would connect with people, and I loved it. Oh my god, I loved it. I had a few run-ins with like shitty customers. I don't want to paint it like a all my customers were great kind of thing, because I worked a retail job, and customers in retail suck. Literally, they suck. They're so mean. Like, I got yelled at more there than I did when I worked in food, and I know food is bad as well, but in my personal experience, my retail customers, as good as most of them were, the ones that were bad were really bad. And it just, yeah, so mostly everything was good, and I loved it so dearly. My hours got a little bit messed up, like the end of summer, and it kind of sucked. She really cut my hours, but it was okay. We learned to deal with it, and it was okay. I picked up a second job, so it was fine. And then in October, my manager tells me she's leaving. This really sucked because, first of all, I loved her, but also because she put in her 2 weeks, and I didn't know until the day before her last day. And if I would have known, I would have been like on top of the ball on trying to be the manager in this store, because I wanted it so bad. And I asked her, and she's like, well, you're gonna have to discuss that with our DM. And so we did, and I went from October to November to mid-December being the acting manager. First of all, my manager left, and then another girl, so there was only 5 of us working there, but one of them only works like 1 day a week, so she doesn't really count. I love you though. My manager was there. She left. Another girl put in her 2 weeks, so she was leaving. And then the guy that worked there, he left the Friday before the girl's 2 weeks was up. So then that literally left me and a girl that worked 1 day a week. And I was fucked, to say the least. And my DM wasn't doing a damn thing about it. Like, literally, he didn't care. I was constantly trying to be like, hey, I want to be the manager, and hey, I need people, and hey, I'm doing these interviews, and hey, I need your help, because since I'm not being promoted to a store manager, I can't hire anybody. So I'm just doing all these interviews and telling him what I think, and he's ignoring me and not answering my calls and not returning my emails and not helping me whatsoever. So I did an open interview session, and we loved a girl. He came in and he did one, and I did the rest. And I really, really, really liked one of the girls. I loved her so much. And so I wanted to hire her. He told me that I could do a second interview. I said I can, but I don't think I need to, because I love her. I think she's perfect. So he tells me we can hire her, but I can't do it because I am still an assistant manager and can't hire anybody. So, oh, wow, this is a lot. So he tells me he's gonna hire her and then just doesn't. And so like a week later, I'm like, hey, she just came in and she told somebody that she accepted another job and we need her here. So I need you to please offer her this so that she can come be with us. And thankfully she is a damn peach, and she left that other job and she came with us. So then that left me and her, and then like the girl who worked on weekends sometimes, because I wasn't only working here, I was working there and at Torrid, which is my dream job that I did a video about. So it was me, her, I worked a second job, and then we had one other girl. Between the two jobs, I was working like 75 hours a week, 50 of them mostly being at this job that I left, because I was dedicated as hell to making sure the store stayed looking good and that the customers were taken care of, and that I was taken care of in the store, and that she was being trained, and that the store looked great, and that everything was good, and that we were communicating with our DM, because since we were store managerless, then we have to be communicating even more, since it is just key holders that are running the store. And like, I would leave the store if she needed help, and I was constantly answering the phone if she needed help. And I don't want anybody to think that this is an issue that she was calling me to ask for help. She was new. Also, I was running the store. I was the acting store manager. So it was completely okay with me that she was calling, but I wasn't getting paid to help. I wasn't getting paid to be answering the phone all the time and being on the phone for like an hour to help her, and he promised me a raise and I never got one. So mid-December, he brought in a store manager who, on her first day, first of all, we didn't like her from the beginning. On her first day, came in, and I came in after she did, and as she walked out, didn't even look at me, for one. Did not even look at me. She walked out and she said, make sure the store looks good when you leave. You've been here for a day. I know what I'm doing. So when she came in, our district manager brought in another store manager to train her for 2 days. He didn't teach her jack shit. He taught her how to run the register. Didn't teach her any manager duties whatsoever, and then on the third day, he came in and was supposed to teach her. Again, did not teach her a fucking thing. I'm not even kidding, she could run the register. Up until 2 weeks ago when I quit, or just about 2 weeks ago, I was still doing manager duties. I was auditing everything, and I was going and signing everything and making sure everything was good, and I was going back behind her ass because she wasn't doing the things she was supposed to. And the entire time she's been there, money goes missing every single time she works. It was just all the time. It was every single shift she worked, money was missing, and she wasn't taking the trash out, and she wasn't cleaning, and she wasn't straightening the store, and she was losing money, and she was not communicating with her people when she needed help, and then she would use the excuse that she didn't know how to do something. So then I'd come in and I'd teach her how to do it, and then she would try to tell her district manager that she still didn't know how, and nobody ever taught her. She's a lazy sack of shit is what I'm trying to say. So all this stuff, I continued to send emails to my district manager saying, hey, if you could come in and you could properly train her, that'd be great. I'm teaching her what I can, but she's just not listening to me. I think it's because she does have a step higher than me, but I am the only person there that knows what I'm doing, because I have been there longer, but also because the only other girl that works there has been there for a month longer than this girl has, than the new manager. So she is not really, she knows a lot more than the manager does. I will say that. She is fan-fucking-tastic, but she still doesn't know everything. So I was trying to teach them how to send off the new things. If we can't make the design in the store, I try to teach them how to send it off so that it can get put into a software so that we can stitch it, and how to do product requests and like supply orders and things like that. And she just didn't want to listen. She didn't want to take it in. She just wanted me to do it for her. When she got in trouble for her shirt being pulled up and tied up into a knot above her belly button, I will literally insert picture. When she got in trouble for showing her belly off, she tried to tell the district manager that it was because she lifted up her shirt for half a second to show the new girl, the girl who was hired when I interviewed her, her belly button ring. And somebody must have just got mad and complained about it. First of all, no. You had it tied up. I had literal proof that you had it tied up. She also sits down the whole time, which we're not allowed to sit down. We stand. This is a retail job. You stand. She was sitting down the whole time, like literally pulling chairs up to the register and sitting down and being on a phone, like her personal cell phone, while she's like ignoring customers instead of checking them out. Like she was constantly doing bad things and constantly breaking my embroidery machine and constantly being rude to customers, and then customers would come in and be like, who the hell was the girl working yesterday? Because she sucks. And I'd be like, yeah, thank you. Here's the customer service number. If you can please tell them that this is her name. She is our manager. If you could please let them know, that'd be really good. Thank you. I literally got a text message today. I will pop this one up because I still have this one. I got a text message today. From somebody telling me that they're going to drive another like 2 or 3 hours to go to that store instead of come to ours because they hate our manager so much. Like, this is ridiculous. It's literally the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life, and why she hasn't gotten fired, I don't know. But I tried to express my concerns to our district manager. I tried to explain everything in the best way, in the most polite way, in the most professional way I possibly could, without being like, you hired a dumb cunt, a dumb lazy sack of fucking garbage. And he still didn't care. And then I put in my 2 weeks. He asked me to stay. I told him no. I went to talk to him the other day. My 2 weeks is up. I'm gone. I went to talk to him because he was working because both of the girls are sick. And I said, hey, I just want to ask you a really personal question, kind of. I heard our manager told me that you said that you didn't want me to be the manager because I'm not mature enough. Is that the truth? And if it's not, what is the truth? He said, I didn't think you were dedicated enough to the store. When I spent every waking hour in that store, and when I wasn't in the store, I was taking phone calls to try to help. Not only the other key holder, but also the store manager, because she's so incompetent, she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. And I was constantly covering her ass. And I was constantly showing up when nobody else would. And I was constantly going back and fixing all the stuff because the manager would leave it looking like shit. And then he'd come in and be like, wow, it looks good. And she'd take fucking credit for it. But this has been sitting really heavy on my heart, and I'm really freaking pissed about it. I'm really genuinely upset because this is bullshit. And if they're going to treat their employees like this, it's not fucking worth it. The girl we hired, she's a really good friend of mine. She had 104 fever the other day. She had 104 fever, and the district manager still made her come in. He told her that she couldn't miss. That's literally illegal, in case you didn't know. I hope you watch this. I hope you know that the shit you're doing is illegal. I hope that you know that your manager is still continuing to lose money, that your manager is causing the store to lose customers because she's so bad. And if you're watching this, please get your shit together because the store's drowning because of you. Anyways, I hope you guys liked listening to me yell for the last 15-20 minutes of my life. I really appreciate the support I get from you guys. I love you all so freaking dearly. I love you. And I've been trying a lot of new stuff on my channel lately, and I know I have, and I hope that you guys like it. And if you don't, please let me know, either in the comments of those videos or in the comments of this one. Or if I did some stuff in the past and you wanted to see more of that, let me know. I might do more makeup stuff. I haven't decided yet because this is what I look like all the time now because I'm a lazy sack of shit. Anyways, yeah. I feel a little better now that I've yelled a little bit. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here's a cute cat. If you don't even like me, subscribe for my cute cat. Like this video for my cute cat. Like this video if you've ever had a job where your boss fucking sucks. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye. So it's been a couple days since I filmed, and looking back and editing, I realized I left a little bit out. So there was also a point in time where I had been working at Torrid, and then I went and worked like a shift after my shift at Torrid ended. And when I was at Torrid, I was like dressing mannequins and everything. And I went to Lids, and I guess my face was swollen because I was like lifting a bunch of mannequins, and mannequins are heavy, and so a couple times they almost fell and it like rested on my face. Not even hit me, it just, I was using my face as an anchor to hold it. And with the customer standing there, she said, "Honey, your eye's puffy. Does Coda hit you?" First of all, you don't ask somebody that, and if you're going to, because of genuine concern, you don't do it in that setting, and you don't do it that way. That was just another thing that really sets uneasy on my heart, and I realized looking back that I forgot to mention it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.